It's Birdland Mailbag with your pal, Joe Rossano. And I got to tell you, a lot has gone on since we talked last. I had a birthday yesterday, and a lot of you reached out with some nice happy birthdays. We really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So, again, we're going to do some Birdland Mailbag here. We got a lot of stuff. Let me do a little commentary before we get underway here. Let me start here, those fans. Losing Zach Eflin, that was that's a bad loss, folks. That is a bad loss. I got to tell you that. Now, he was the number 5 starter. No, he wasn't. He was a number 3. Closer to a number 2 than a number 3. Zach Eflin was that good. And you saw it. About 4 1/3 innings in his start before he was injured, 7 strikeouts, ball moving really well. And if Jim Palmer were here, and I hope to talk to him sometime, he will tell you that got to know how to pitch, and Zach Eflin knows how to pitch. Okay. And that's a big loss. That is a big loss. And I know a lot of you were talking about Albert Suarez. He just came up to help out in the bullpen. Dean Kramer is supposed to pitch tonight for Norfolk, but I have every reason to believe that he is going to be recalled as the 5th starter now. They just don't need him yet due to they had an off day yesterday. You got Bradish going tonight. And again, you're not going to need Dean Kramer for a few games. So whether they scratch him tonight and bring him over, have him join the Orioles in Pittsburgh, we'll see. So let's take a look here. Let's jump into the mailbag again. All kind of questions here. If I got to put on my glasses, you know we're getting serious here. We got Ed Smith. We strike out too much. Ed, everybody strikes out too much. The whole darn league strikes out too much. Now, I don't agree with Michael Sullivan about everything, Michael, if you're watching. But I got to tell you, the whole darn league strikes out. Except for Aaron Judge, Tani, and, Acuna Jr., just among others. Okay. Everybody they all strike out too much, Ed. It's ridiculous. Edward Smith, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Get on base, guys. Take some pitches. For crying out loud, all these strikeouts. I mean, the fans, it's a strikeout or you hit a home run. And maybe it's our fault. Maybe we as fans did this. Maybe chicks dig the long ball. Maybe that's why. Next one is from Bradley Gay. All right, 1196. How we all doing? Well, we're doing fine, Bradley Gay. I hope you are too, brother. Here we go. We got Leslie Littleton's 5108. We may not be the only team to strike out this much. They are the only team I care about. Leslie. All right. I hope you click the subscribe button, Leslie. I think you're my kind of fan. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Who cares how many times the Yankees strike out? We care about how many times the Orioles strike out here. And again, it really is. It's a strikeout fest. And Pete Alonso, he strikes out too. Okay. Gunnar Henderson, he strikes out too. And I tell you, I don't like it. I really don't. Too many strikeouts all over the league. Way too many strikeouts. And that's a good comment there, Leslie. We appreciate that. We got Don Smith. He's addressing Michael, the brilliant Michael Sullivan. Lineups are irrelevant is comical. How about the fact that leadoff hitter gets on average 35 at bats more than the number 2 hitter over a season. That's 35 at bats can make a major difference. You are absolutely right, and Don, I argued with the brilliant Michael Sullivan over this. Michael, give me a call. You want to come on? I'll bring you on here. You know I'm crazy enough to do it. Yeah, I mean that's why I say move Gunnar Henderson to the back to the number one spot. Okay, and then Taylor Ward in the number two hole, or take Taylor Ward, move him to fifth, move Adley up to second. All right. Did you see Taylor Ward? He's an RBI machine. I dig that about you, Taylor Ward. If you're watching, come say hi to your pal, Joe Rossano. I want to see him in more RBI opportunities out of the leadoff spot. I mean, it's just, over a course of 162 ball games. Okay. Not 162 ball games. Yeah. It's really going to matter, that batting order. Yeah, Don. Yeah. Wow. I told you, Michael, eventually they would all tell you how wrong you are. We love Michael Sullivan here. Okay, are you coming? Oh my God, Don, again, you're coming back. His name's not Mike. His name is Michael. Okay, he don't like that Mike stuff. Trust me. Uh, you don't realize that those teams have table setters and speed to create runs. This roster does not. The Jays had the lowest K rate in the majors in 2025. They won the AL. Well, I mean, again, uh, Don, at the end of the day, you table setters. Okay, here we go. Gunnar Henderson, I think, could do a nice job. He did a good job as a leadoff hitter. His on base percentage is not that good. And when he walks, he looks like he's really irritated. He does not like walking. He really, really doesn't. So let me check the chat here, see what's going on there. And for some reason, my mouse likes to act weird when I'm live. So we'll get back to that one. Or will we? Nope, I got it. Okay, let's take a look. What do we got here, folks? We got anything cool? Again, left a link out there. Anybody wants to join live, you certainly can. Again, we do appreciate you being on, and yeah, drop something in the chat. I'll bring you on here. I really, really will. As soon as I figure out how to do it. Again, this is a podcast, folks, not a this isn't mass. And I always try to tell everybody that, when it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. But again, as the season goes by, believe me, I'll be a regular Jim Palmer here. Steve Nicholson, runners in scoring position, boys. Elias can get ready to pack his bags if they strike again. Looks like it early. There you go. 2023. Okay. Runners in scoring position. The Orioles were probably the best in baseball. 2024, it suffered. And last season was absolutely abysmal. And you are absolutely right, Stephen Nichols. I do hope you subscribe too, because we like you here too. Yeah, man. 100%. 100% hitting with guys in scoring position, especially with 2 outs. That's massive. And what you hope, Jim Palmer will tell you this too. When you sign veterans, Alonso, okay, the Taylor Wards, etc., these veterans are supposed to get the big hit in the late innings. Now, we'll see. We will see. Completely understand. We got Rich, 61. The rotation has been bad. The strikeouts are high, and that's not changing. And defense has been bad, and that's not changing. Well, goodness gracious, we're 4 games in. Okay. And now, as far as the rotation being bad, I'm going to say this again. I said this at the top. Losing Zach Eflin, I got to tell you guys, it's huge. It's huge. And that's why Michael Sullivan and I always argue about the Orioles needed one more starter. Front of the rotation guy, not Bassett. Sorry. Okay. Let me say this, folks. Okay. This is why I was so adamant about 2023 and 2024. Bear with me, Oriole fans. Bear with me. Orioles won a World Series 1983. Okay. 1983. So the next season's 84. So you got 84 now to 2026. That is about, I'm doing math, over 40 baseball seasons. Over 40 baseball seasons. You follow me so far, O's fans? Okay. Since that 83 World Series, the Orioles have been to the playoffs. I can count them. Okay. 96, 97, 2012, 2014, 2016, 2023, 2024. 7 times in 40 baseball seasons, the Orioles have gone to the postseason. Why do I bring that up? Because every general manager will tell you, you win when you can. Because I got to tell you what, folks, there is no guarantee the Orioles go to postseason again for another 10 years. And I hate to say that. I mean, you think I'll tell you what, there's one thing I love is postseason baseball. And when the Orioles are in the postseason, it is glorious. However, so 2023, okay, I said this Facebook Live, Joe Rossano's Orioles Report. Anybody who listened back in 2023, I said trade Cowser and Kerstead, Dean Kramer for Corbin Burns. Then, not wait to get him a trade for him in the offseason 2024. Get him to anybody, Roger Clemens, somebody, okay, to win when you can. Not Jack Flaherty, no offense. To win when you can. The Orioles made the postseason, had a first round bye in 2023, won 100 games. Okay. And with all due respect, you had Bradish, you had Grayson Rodriguez. Okay. Dean Kramer pitched in a game, right? I have a pair of sunglasses older than those guys. Okay. They they did not have a veteran to go out there. Bulldog, Justin Verlander at the time. Somebody like that. Didn't have him. That is why I'm so adamant about that. Talk about the rotation has been bad. The strikeouts are high, and that's not changing. The defense has been bad, and that's not changing. I don't think. I mean, look, the defense, what? I mean, are we getting to Colton Cowser in center field? Because the guy's been fine. Guy's been fine. He's a GECF, a good enough center fielder. Okay. So we got a comment. DeGrom, Evaldi, and Gore. Well, it didn't work out that way, but I will tell you. Oh, I get this now. Okay, hold on. Dwayne Jetski. Okay, I'm sorry, Dwayne. You got me. When I write a book, I'll sign it. I'm going to send it to you. Um, they talked about Michael Sullivan said, Michael, if you're watching this, okay, Michael, it wasn't your finest 8 seconds. Okay, you're talking about what 3 pitchers are better than the Orioles' first 3, which is Rogers, Bradish, and let's say Boz or Eflin. No, excuse me, or Bassett. Okay, the whole neighborhood came out on this one, and they're right. Okay, Texas Rangers, DeGrom, Evaldi, and Gore better than our first 3, better than our 3 pitchers. No offense. No offense. I mean, really, right now, as much as we all love Trevor Rogers, Kyle Bradish, would you trade Kyle Bradish straight up for Jacob DeGrom? Yeah. Yep. The answer is yes. Rogers for DeGrom? Yes. Yes. No offense. I know. Okay, moving to the Seattle Mariners. Gilbert, Kirby, and Wu. Man, let me think about this one. I mean, if you take all 3 of them, right? You take Rogers, Bradish, and Boz. Okay, you take all three, and then you take Gilbert, Kirby, and Wood. Man, shut your mouth. 3222. Shut your mouth. 3222 says would all be ones on other teams, and that's Gilbert, George Kirby, and Woo. All right, man, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Michael Sullivan, I mean, next show we do, you're gonna have to answer these critics. I love it. And listen, let me tell you one thing right here, Michael Sullivan. I got to tell you, a heck of a baseball guy. Let me defend Michael Sullivan here. I don't call him the brilliant Michael Sullivan for nothing. The fella, take my word for it, he knows what he's talking about. Okay. And again, we love Michael Sullivan here. And I'm going to give Michael an opportunity to come on here and answer these critics. Answer these critics because I'm not smart enough to answer for him. Okay. Shut your mouth. 3-2. He's back again. Back again. Garrett Cole is a number one. Max Fried is a number one. Carlos Rodon, who won 18 games last year, has case of being number one. So here we go. I mean, again, we take Rogers, we take Bradish, we take Shane Baz. Are they better than Garrett Cole, Max Fried, and Carlos Rodon? 3-on-3. If you had a 3-man rotation and that's how you played baseball, who's better? Think about this. Put it in the chat. Rogers, Bradish, and Baz, or Cole, Fried, and Rodon. Shut your mouth. Who are you, brother? Who are you? Not too shabby. Get in touch with us. I'll bring you on sometime. That's some good stuff right there. That's some pretty darn good stuff. I like it. Again, let's see here what this is. Okay, so right there, anybody wants to join like by voice, no problem putting things in the chat, and please do. But I know that many of you are the shy types. I know some guys they'll go on there and they'll get crazy. But again, you're welcome aboard. Let's move on to some more of your cool questions here and comments. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So we got Randall. Okay. Randall is at D2L. Nobody knows yet what Rogers and Bradish will do. They need another ace. Dodgers have 5. Here's what we're doing here, Randall. Okay. We're taking the Dodgers and putting them over here. Okay. They're not in the league. Okay. Forget about them. They did. That is so bad for baseball, Randall. I was in a good mood. My birthday weekend, you had to bring this up. Yeah, man. Yeah, they need another ace. Randall, I've been saying that. I've been saying that. That's the thing. You got 162 ball games. And now, I'm not saying he's an ace, but Zach Eflin is he's a quality starting pitcher. And now he's got an elbow problem. What are you going to do? Give him platelets? I mean, by golly, you got a third baseman who's got an elbow problem. He's on a 60-day DL now. Yeah, the Orioles needed to do what I said, which was trade some of your blue chip guys, regardless who they are, for Freddie Peralta. If you want to win now, nobody, I don't know, whatever. So Randall again coming back saying it's always right to replace the ace you lost, moron. Wow. Wow. He goes on to say, Joe is correct. Randall, who are you? Let me see. Randall D2L. Randall, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to sign it and mail it to you. Joe is correct. The O's never replaced Burns and needed to do so. Bassett is no ace. Elias screwed up by not adding a top of the rotation starter. Randall, let's talk for a second here, Randall. That was supposed to be priority one. Priority one. Okay. Was not Taylor Ward, respectfully, was not Pete Alonso. It was a front end starting pitcher. A trade for Mackenzie Gore. Okay. A trade for Freddie Peralta. I mean, give Zach Gallen the flipping money. Give him the money. Nope. Boston now got Ranger Suarez. Boston. God. Really. Pete Alonso, respectfully, I love him. Okay. I could do without him. Okay. I'll trade Pete Alonso right now for Jacob deGrom. Orioles win. That's right. The Orioles win it. Okay. You heard it here. Put the ball in play. Make the other team beat you. Man on third, one out. I don't want to strike out. I want contact. Move guys over, etc. In 1979, okay. I mean, Bunbury did that then. Sure, Doug DeSensei. Okay, they don't do that anymore. They just don't. And here's why. Okay, watch how smart I get. Their agents tell them, "Hey, man, 20 plus home runs equals more money for your family." That's what they tell them. Melvin Mora said that in 2000, he had 19 home runs in 2000. I think it was 2003 or 2004, and they told Melvin Mora, "Hey, man, one more, and you get more money for 20 home runs." That's what they tell him. And yeah, I mean, I'll get back to this. The chicks dig the long ball. They dig the long ball. And again, yeah, so far as I'm concerned, yeah, they do, and that's a shame. For some reason, yeah, I keep losing mouse control here. So yeah, I mean, we do appreciate you hanging out here today, but I got to tell you, folks, it's you know, there you go, right there, talking Riverside. Uh, if you want to talk to your pal Joe Rossano, I see a few of you on today. Again, thank you so very much for being here. We greatly appreciate it. And tell us what you really think of us. We like that. We really, really do. So, moving on here. Let's see. What is our next question, our next comment? Because I think I want to go back to Randall here. He agrees with me. Okay. Let's see here. It's so good for you as a straight kid. Okay, so we got Ken Silverstone back, 1656. It's okay that everyone strikes out. So it's good for the Orioles to strike out. This passes for analysis. Yeah, I mean, I think. Look, take it easy here, Ken. Ken, let me tell you where I'm coming from. Michael Sullivan, again, we're back to him. He said that, hey, the Orioles strike out all these, the whole league strikes out. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. This passes for analysis. I mean, honestly, if you ask me, that was pretty good analysis by Michael Sullivan because it's true. It really is. The whole bleeping league strikes out. Well, what don't we know? What don't we know? Whole league strikes out. Whole darn league. Okay, so let me ask a favor, everybody. First of all, please subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button. We really appreciate that. Number two, there's some people reaching out for advertising. I'm going through it now, and I tell you, I want Jimmy Seafood. Anytime anybody goes in Jimmy Seafood, okay, do me a favor. Before you leave, tell them, tell. I think his name's Tony, or one of the owners. Uh, Hey, I've gone to Jimmy's Seafoods for 50 years now. Okay, I'd like that should be a reason, well, main reason to advertise here. And I want you to tell Jimmy Seafood, hey, Joe Rossano's Orioles reporter. That's where you guys ought to be advertising. We love Jimmy Seafood here. Jimmy, see, look at that. Probably got a bunch of people come to your restaurant to spend money tonight now. You're welcome, Jimmy Seafood. Send me some crab cakes while you're at it. Okay, so we got Gen X Dad 70. All right, I'm a Gen X Dad 69 here, brother. Are you guys not paying attention? Ward has had a great eye and walks. This is one of the reasons he's batting first. He's batting first because Jackson Holiday's hurt. He's batting first because the rest, not everybody else on the team has a 290 on base percentage, and figuratively speaking. But yeah, I am paying attention, Gen X Dad 70, and no, I don't. I want Taylor Ward to drive in 120 runs. I don't want him to score 90. I want him to drive him home, brother. Getting behind or in front of Alonso, you know, he's a middle of the lineup guy. He's not a leadoff hitter. Come on, man. Please, 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 please. All right, Bradley Gay again. And I don't know, maybe your last name is Gay, and we don't judge here. Bradley Gay, fist up, 1196. So, LOL, you dudes are funny. The only thing I would add, admittedly old school, is a leadoff guy should have the best OBP and be fast. It matters because we will be up more often than anyone else, and he has more tools, not getting put out on the bases. That's how you stack up runs scored. Okay, I tell you what, Billy Bean certainly made a living doing that, but Moneyball, okay? They didn't mention Mulder, Zito, and Hudson, okay? They didn't mention Tejada or the back end of the bullpen, all right? So at the end of the day, folks, you had Chad Bradford at the back of the bullpen, Billy Koch, and you had Miguel Tejada, all right, and Jermaine Dye, right? And everybody acts like, oh, they got on base. But yeah, you get on base, you score runs. Bradley, we don't disagree. We don't disagree. We have DK Hub. Let's see. If I wasn't mistaken, Bassett has terrible numbers pitching in Baltimore, and his road record is bad overall. We might have a big problem here. Ranger Suarez 0-1 with an 8.31. The Red Sox are done. LOL. Um, you know, it happens to a lot of folks. Okay, Nathan Evaldi. Okay, Nate Evaldi. He got smoked by the Orioles the other day, and now his ERA hurts. But yeah, 162 ball games. Everybody who knows baseball understands this. When the cream rises to the top, there are all kinds of theories here. The theory of relativity, the laws of physics, okay, the laws of probability, etc. By the end of the season, Suarez and Evaldi will be right where they're supposed to be. Let me see here. Going to do a couple more here. So much for Bassett pitching better than Boz. Nope. Terrible. Terrible. I got to tell you, not a fan. I wasn't a fan when he came here. I'm just saying, I'm an honest guy. It looks like we have Charlie Morton back. You know what? How Charlie Morton pitched, from let's say middle of May on, I'd probably rather have him back. As always, folks, let me close on this note. I speak for Michael Sullivan, the brilliant Michael Sullivan, the handsome Matt Faulkner, when I say, wow, we so much appreciate you guys subscribing and hanging out, comments and that type of thing. At the end of the day, we are fans. And I really mean this. I say this every show. I'm saying it again. We're fans talking to fans. Okay. And I think that's why the folks like us. So do me a favor, if you could be so kind, check out our episodes, share those episodes with your friends. All right. Share them and say, hey, man, you ever see these guys? They're not exactly, the MLB network, but I got to tell you, these fellas know Oriole baseball and they slug it out with each other. And that's pretty funny. People like that. Michael Sullivan, I think is the kind of guy, he's probably got 15 diplomas on his wall. Okay. And, I'm a Highlandtown boy. My father worked at Bethlehem Steel. My mother was a diner waitress. I'm going back to Jimmy's Seafood, by the way. Jimmy's Seafood. To advertise here, guys. I'm telling you, I'll show you hard dollars. I'll have people come into your restaurant and say, Joe Rossano's Orioles report sent me here. Okay. We look for excuse to go to Jimmy's. I'm telling you that right now. We looked for every excuse we could to go to Jimmy's. Arbor Day, let's go to Jimmy's. My father wasn't a rich guy, again, steel worker. My mother was a waitress. But yeah, I mean, my birthday, Jimmy's. Okay. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, Jimmy's. Anything was just Flag Day, Jimmy's. All Saints Day, Jimmy's. I loved it there. I never had a bad meal at Jimmy's Seafood. So if you're watching, guys, advertise right here, Joe Rossano's Orioles report. The fans are here. The fans are close. They will come and spend money in your restaurant and order crab cakes online, one of those cool boxes. So you're not going to get advertising any better than this, Jimmy's Seafood. Let me see. Let me get some others. I want you guys to tell Falston Barrel House. And the reason I say that, because I like the owner. He's a good guy. He is a very good guy. So, any of the local Baltimore pubs, Pickles, you're killing me. I mean, again, I don't know how bad you need us, but, you know, invite me down too, because I like to do my show there from Pickles Pub. Who you got, Ross Grimsley? I can't even remember who's down. You used to be Ryan Ripken. By the way, we love Ryan Ripken here. Ryan Ripken, if you're watching, right? Yes, Ryan, I got it. I got it. I'm not Scott Boros, but have me on sometime or come on my show. We love Ryan Ripken here. Followed your baseball career. I was rooting for you when you were in the minor leagues. So, give us some consideration. As always, my dearest friends, fellow O's fans, I always say, God bless you. Please, guys or folks, don't forget to adopt a pet. I say, God bless you. For the brilliant Michael Sullivan, the handsome Matt Faulkner, I am Joe Rossano. Joe Rossano's Orioles Report, and join us. We'll be back on Monday. We really appreciate it. Again, God bless you, and we will see you next time.